right, let's go. What's up, people? Where are you? Can you hear me? How's everything?
Hello, teacher.
What's up? Hey, let's go. Isaac, Rafa, very good. Very,
How
very
is
nice.
your leg?
Again? Can you say that?
How's your leg?
How's my leg? It's still hurting, but not that much, fortunately. I thought I was going to be able to go to the gym today, but I couldn't. Nah.
Can you keep alive until the end of the session?
I honestly, I can. Fortunately, after
Okay.
yesterday you saved my life. You know.
Okay.
No, really.
You're welcome.
Yesterday was so distracting. It hurt so much. It was so distracting. It hurt so much. I took my pills. I took my medicine. I took the exercises, and now it feels stable, much better. But I told Alex, that I flew too close to the sun. You know what I mean? I I thought I was able to carry so much, but I guess not. I'm not ready yet. That's the way. Thank you very much for yesterday. Let's do our listening exercise. Now, before we go to the listening exercise, we have a new student, right? Am I right? Yes or no, Mr. Lewis?
Hello, everyone.
Excellent. Let me introduce to you to Luis del Rio. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes. Do you see that we have Alex here?
Yes, I saw him. Hello.
Yeah, you're gonna
It's
be with him this
it's
time.
good to see you
Hello,
again.
bro.
How are you doing? How is your baby?
Sorry?
How is your baby?
It's very pretty. No, it's so pretty, no?
Yes, I know.
Nice.
And we talk later, no?
Yes, sure.
Very
Bye.
nice. Right. Yeah, so you're gonna be in the same group now, which is very nice. Luis, I want you to check how you feel on the the vocabulary that we are going to deal with. I think you saw this video, didn't you?
I don't remember.
Okay, if you don't remember, it doesn't matter. Just let's check the mechanic of what we usually do for the listening exercise. And then when we finish, you tell me how you feel. We take a little English conversation and let's see how you deal with it. Okay?
Okay.
Very good, guys. Well, let's watch the video together. If you don't have the vocabulary, this is the vocabulary that we saw last Thursday. Last Thursday we saw these words. So take it with you if you need them. When you're ready, we play the video. Let me know, huh? Take a screenshot so you can listen to the video together. Are you ready? What's up? Too much time for a screenshot.
Yes, teacher. Ready.
Ready?
I'm
Okay.
transcripting all the words.
Yeah, exactly. I can see that, eh? Word by word, right?
Yes.
Yes. Damn, no. Technology, man. We just screenshot and boom. Ready. All right, so let's listen to the video again.
Locals. There's a saying in Hong Kong kung fu movies. It means only speed is unbreakable. That's in Cantonese, a language with tones, which English speakers have trouble distinguishing. So when an American says that phrase with the wrong tones, you get a Cantonese meme.
It became kind of a joke that people will send to each other. It's like, oh, this badass Wi-Fi is so good. It's quite funny.
If English is your first language, though, you might be more familiar with a different joke. Supplies! That's the notion that East Asians mix up their R's and L's in English. It's a running gag in Lost in Translation, an Oscar-winning film about two Americans who are sad in Japan.
Rat pack, you know rat pack? Rat pack?
The movie makes communication with the locals seem hopeless.
Lick my stocking.
Hey, lick them.
And at one point, Scarlett Johansson's character asks,
Why do they switch the R's and the L's here?
For yucks.
this movie might be a bit rude, but it's not a terrible question to ask, because if you're genuinely curious, a foreign accent gives us a chance to learn something about another language. So this trope has been applied to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers. But all of these languages deal with R's and L's in different ways. First, though, we need to talk about the R sound in English. It turns out there isn't just one way to pronounce it.
Oh, it's incredibly varied.
Eleanor Lawson uses ultrasound to study English phonetics.
I have chilled R's, which are a sort of a R sound. You can probably hear my tapped R, so I do a R sound. Varied. You can have a retroflex R, where your tongue essentially curls upside down under your palatal arch. Run.
She says the bunched R, which is common in North American English, is particularly complex.
Nurse.
Say the word fur. How would you tell someone where to put their tongue to make that R? The middle of the tongue rises up in the mouth while the root of the tongue is pulling backwards, and you might have some lip rounding as well. R sounds like this, where the airflow isn't blocked by the tongue or the lips, are called approximates in phonetics.
So forming all of these strictures at the same time could be very difficult for someone who's not used to producing that.
The R sound is one of the last consonants that English-speaking kids learn to say. It takes up to 5 adorable years for them to figure it out.
Poo-poo and red.
And the L sound in English can change depending on its position in a word. Say the word ladle or level. That first L is a clear L. You can probably feel your tongue touching the top of your mouth right behind your teeth, as in lead. But the L at the end of the word is a dark L, where the tip of the tongue might not even touch the top of your mouth at all.
A dark L is where the back of the tongue is moving up towards the soft palate, and it gives it a sort of O-ish sound, so like an O.
Level. So the English R and L are complicated, but still,
Rat pack.
they seem like pretty different sounds. It might help to look at Spanish. Say the word salero.
Salero, salt shaker, salero.
This R is made with a flap of the tongue on the ridge behind the front teeth. That's not too far away from where the L is pronounced.
Salero, hora, varios, oruga, pare.
Japanese has that R sound. It doesn't have the L in lake or the R in red.
We have rariru, which sounds kind of similar to both L and R.
Those are the 5 syllables in Japanese that contain the tongue flap sound.
Rariru.
Try saying them.
Rarirurero.
When they're converted into the Latin alphabet, they're spelled like this, with the letter R. But the Japanese R sound
La.
is actually closer to our L sound, la, than it is to the English ra.
My name is Mariko, and for all of my English-speaking friends, their intuition to say is Mariko. And then how I explain to them is I just imagine my name spelled with M-A-L-I-K-O, and then you should be fine.
When words migrate from English to Japanese, both R's and L's become Japanese R's.
ガラス、カレンダー、ボーリング、ライト。
There are thousands of these loan words that Japanese speakers have to relearn with ers and uls, which are two sounds that Japanese ears weren't tuned to distinguish in the first place. Like Japanese, Korean doesn't have the English sound. They have this letter.
It's lier,
Leer,
lier,
leer, lil.
Like my tongue is going straight up to the roof of my mouth. Lier.
It takes on a different sound depending on its position within the word. So when it's followed by a vowel, it has the flap sound like a Japanese R.
둘이서, 둘이서.
That also means it's written with the letter R when converted into Latin script.
둘이서.
But when it's at the end of a word,
제발.
or is followed by a consonant,
들리다.
it sounds more like an L sound, and it's transcribed in the Latin alphabet as L. So it's pretty unlikely that Korean speakers would say hero, since their L sound can map on to the English L. But the dark L doesn't exist in Korean. So when they're new to English, Koreans might use their own L sound in spots where we would use a dark L, near the ends of words.
As the story unfolds, someone may change the word.
There are at least 8 major Chinese languages, but we'll look at Mandarin and Cantonese. They both have a clear L sound, and it's restricted to the beginning of syllables.
Lang is like pretty.
La, drag.
So the notion that they would switch fa la la into fa ra ra, it's just wrong, and the makers of A Christmas Story should feel bad. Like Korean, Mandarin and Cantonese don't have the dark L sound, as in pull. But when they come across an L near the end of a word in English, they tend to pronounce it more like a vowel.
Wow, 100 years old, 90 years old. I said, we should respect this kind of people.
You chose the coldest possible, really.
Mandarin does have an R sound. At the beginning of a syllable, it sounds like this.
So actually maybe the R sounds more like the S in treasure. 任性.
And at the end of a syllable,
it means sun.
Cantonese, on the other hand, doesn't have an R sound at all. So when speaking English, they sometimes use a W sound or an L sound.
We just tried very hard to prove ourselves.
Our ability to produce sounds in a new language depends in part on whether those sounds are meaningfully distinct in our first language. So a Japanese speaker hearing ul and it's a lot like an English speaker hearing tones in Chinese.
Lang, 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 lang.
Ma, 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 ma. Yeah, so I know people's mind just blown away.
We all carry the rules of our native language with us when we learn new languages.
Accent is your identity. So I don't want to sound like an American person or British person.
So if you hear a foreign accent, remember that it's a unique hybrid. It's like a lion with stripes, something you can only get if you're brave enough to venture beyond the comfort of your mother tongue. If you enjoyed this video, you're probably the kind of person who likes learning about complex topics.
Just like you. Yes, sir. Okay, I got the first question. We're gonna go through the video one by one. And remember, you have three chances, each one of you, to give me words that can complete the answers to the following questions. Question number 1 goes as follows. What's funny about the famous Kung Fu saying, only speed is unbreakable? What's funny for Asians about the famous Kung Fu Saiyan? Do you remember this part at the beginning of the video? Tell me, for example, Rafa, what do you remember about this question?
Yes, I remember. That was funny for them for his pronunciation.
Good. His pronunciation? Are you implying the person is a man?
Yeah.
Huh. His pronunciation, whose pronunciation?
The actor.
Oh, you're talking about the actor at the beginning of the clip.
Yeah.
This one. Okay. Okay, I agree with you.
He is. He's a fighter.
Yes, of course. That's Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, yeah.
Yes, of course. And there was an important. His pronunciation was very importantly mentioned.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, because he told phrase in an Asian language, but his pronunciation was incorrect.
Exactly. That's precisely. So we're gonna get exactly why or what they understood, because one thing is to understand the context, and one specific thing is to understand why it was funny. No? So we're gonna go through this section when the girl is speaking.
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Wi-Fi something. Yes, Wi-Fi. Let's listen. 1, 2, 3, action.
It became kind of a joke that people will send to each other. It's like, oh, this badass Wi-Fi is so good.
What did she say?
He tried to say something, but what he said was Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi what? Because that doesn't sound funny. Something is missing. Second chance?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Just a moment.
Okay.
I will tell you the what he said. Yeah.
Yes, she's what she said.
She?
Because
okay.
in this particular section, she's explaining the joke. She's saying
okay.
why it's funny.
Okay.
Ready?
Cool. Yeah, ready.
Let's go.
To each other, it's like, oh, this badass Wi-Fi is so good.
His Wi-Fi is so good.
His, okay. Wi-Fi, so good. That's the part that you understand, right?
Yeah, but I have another chance.
Sure.
Okay.
Final chance.
Can you reduce the speed?
Okay, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? But you're gonna go through the full sentence, all right?
Okay.
Let's listen.
Like, oh, kind of a joke that people will send to each other. It's like, oh, this badass Wi-Fi is so good.
Okay. Well, I understood it. I understood this. He said that the Wi-Fi is so good. people was joking about that.
Okay, okay. So what is the expression? What is the literal expression? Wi-Fi so good. What? Because you are getting the point, eh? But you are paraphrasing.
He said the Wi-Fi is so good. I really don't remember the exactly words.
Exactly. Okay, we need to definitely go to the next one. But you got the idea. Precisely the way he spoke can make us understand that he said, or can make these people understand that he said that the Wi-Fi is so good.
Yeah.
Which is, that definitely is funny, no?
Yeah.
To say, well, this Wi-Fi is amazing. Which is kind of funny. Okay, so let's complement what Rafa understood. What did you understand, Alex?
I think that she starts saying something about that joke.
Yes.
It's a kind of joke or something like that.
Very good. It's a kind of joke like this. Okay.
That people say. No. Can I listen again?
Okay. First shot.
It's kind of a it became kind of a joke that people will send to each other. It's like, oh, this badass Wi-Fi is so good.
It became kind
Excellent.
of joke.
It became kind of joke.
That people send. No. That people send to each other.
Excellent.
And something like badass something.
Badass something.
And that's all that I remember.
Okay, interesting.
That I remember. I don't know if yes, can I listen again?
Of course, but something that
last
we
chance.
have been talking about during the whole course is pay attention to the position of words, because when you're listening to American people speaking or English speaking, you process information in Spanish, and this distracts you from the real position of different words. Some of these expressions are, number one, incomplete, and number two, on different sides, in different positions.
Okay.
For example, actually, without listening, you can correct one expression, actually. I'm going to highlight it over here. How would you correct this?
It became a kind of joke.
In this particular case, you don't need the audio to correct it. What's wrong with this?
It's about the conjunction or connection.
What do you mean?
Is not the correct word.
Why not? I mean, are you asking or are you?
I am guessing.
You're guessing.
Guessing.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're guessing.
Okay. Yes.
Well, that's the thing. It's not about guessing. It's about what sounds right.
Okay.
Joke is a countable noun. What do you need?
Okay. A joke?
Exactly.
Sorry, teacher. That rule, it's a constant mistake with me. What's the reason?
You are talking about countable nouns. Every time you have a countable noun, that's the reason they are considered countable. You need to count them.
Okay.
So if you have a countable noun, you have a, I don't know, I need,
Okay.
I don't know, cell phone.
Okay.
It sounds incomplete, right?
Yes.
How many cell phones do you need?
Okay. One. A joke. A cell phone.
Exactly. You see?
Okay.
So every time you count, and it's not a rule, it's not a grammatical rule, it's just something that by logic, by English logic, of course, because in Spanish it's different, by English logic, you need, just because it's countable.
Okay. Countable. Okay. Countable. Okay.
Yes, of course. So let's get it with the third chance. Let's go.
You get a Cantonese meme.
It became kind of a joke that people will send to each other. It's like, oh, this badass Wi-Fi is so good.
It became it's like no, it's like oh. Sorry. It became kind of a joke that people sent to each other. It's like, oh, this badass.
It's like, oh,
It's like, oh, this badass.
Oh, okay, nice.
Wi-Fi so good.
Exactly. Very good, much better. So we erase the rest.
Yes.
Very nice. Much better, you see? That's actually actively listening in English. You see?
Okay.
Very good job. Very nice. Still, there is some incomplete information, guys, that I need you to help us complete. The next part is not so obvious. You will only know this information if you have opened the Structures Handbook. What part is incomplete in this case? Let's go to the next person. Isaac, what's missing?
No, teacher. Let me check. I think that I have the same. It became a kind of joke that people send to each other.
Joke is countable, watch out.
Yes, a joke. People send to each other. It's like, oh, way so good. No, I have the same information. But let me check. Let me try to else.
Do you want to listen again or not yet?
No, wait a minute. It became like a joke that people send.
Open the Structures Handbook. Check in what occasions do you need these structures. Are we talking in past or in present?
Well, actually, I don't know. I think that it could be like a kind of how to say, like that you something that is does well that people. It could be something that people do like in a normal way, in a neutral way, maybe. So
in a regular way.
in a rural way, yes. So I think that it could be like present.
Yes, but no, because she clearly spoke in past. She
Yes.
clearly said became.
Yes.
So, yes, you're right. It probably is a continuous meme. They continue doing, answering or using it, but that doesn't mean this specific conversation happens in present.
Okay.
So she clearly, everybody agrees that she said became.
Yes, yes, I also hear that. As she said, became.
Great. So then, if we agree this is past, we need to explore all the different types of pasts that exist. Because only one matches with the intention that she has.
Okay. Let me check my. It became kind of a joke.
If anyone else has an input, you can, because this is difficult.
Maybe, well, no, I'm not sure. Maybe in the part that it's like, maybe if we can say like it was like, no. But no, I think that it doesn't make like too much sense.
And also, she didn't say was. If you hear
Yes,
the audio,
yes, yeah, no, yes, I know. It became kind of a joke that people sent to each other. Okay, like, oh, okay, no, not sure. I don't know. Could you please play the video?
Sure. It's very, very subtle. So I'm going to highlight the part that is wrong.
Okay.
Let's listen.
Sent to each
Cantonese meme.
It became kind of a joke that people will send to each other. It's like, oh, this badass Wi-Fi is so good.
No, I hear like send you or send. No, no, I didn't understand.
Okay, second play.
Yes.
Oh, Silvana has the answer.
I
Silvana has the
I
answer.
think that I have.
Do you have it, Alex?
Yes.
Say it.
The it's a question of modal verb, no?
I don't know. You tell me.
Because
What
no,
do you
it's
hear?
when reviewing the structure handbook, say that modal verbs show intention or intent or something.
Tensions.
Yes, that the people use this phrase or this. No.
This what?
And sorry, let me think.
Yes, of course. I mean, you're close. You're saying intentions. You're right, but all the formulas from Formula 1 to Formula 8, all of them are intentions. So it's not exclusive for modal verbs.
Oh.
You know, like all
okay.
the formulary is for intentions. Let's check it
Okay.
out. What about Rafa? What do you have?
Teacher, I have an answer and I have a question.
Oh,
First,
interesting.
the answer I think is become in past.
But the past is became. Become is present.
Ah.
It switched.
Okay. Okay.
And the question?
What is badass?
What is badass? Badass is I need to include it in the dictionary, in the vocabulary. But badass is an adjective, super informal, to speak about something that is very impressive in this case.
Okay, badass. Okay.
At least in this context, because we can have definition number 1, and it's similar to tough and aggressive. But in this case, it's not the definition, is number 2.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Then badass. Let's type it over here. So Isaac, second play.
Sent to each
Cantonese meme.
It became kind of a joke that people will send to each other.
I think that was Rafa say something about modal verbs, and I think that it's possible. Yes, people would send you.
People would send you. You are totally correct.
Yes.
The word is would.
Yes.
Now
it was
I want you.
Difficult.
super difficult for 2 reasons. Number 1, the word would, or at least this application of would, doesn't exist in Spanish. The question is, what is the intention when the woman communicates would send?
I think that people would send that it's something that could happen, but it's not like something that could happen right now or on these days, maybe.
You are talking about imaginary situations.
Yes, something like that.
Wrong. Do you have your structures handbook with you?
Yes.
Check structure number 7, the one that Alex says, and check the different intentions that are or that correspond to would. One is imaginary situations.
Memories.
Memories.
Formal requests.
Formal requests.
Invitations.
Or
invitations.
Or invitations, and that's it, no?
Yeah.
If I tell you, my grandmother would tell us stories about the war.
That's like memories, right?
It's a memory, no?
Yeah.
Well, this one too.
It became kind of yes, you are talking in past, so it's something that already happened, and it's like something that you all remember. Yes,
Do you remember that you spoke about something that we do normally?
Yes.
What happens if you say that we did
in
normally?
past. Yes. Oh, yes.
It's that. You see?
Yes.
It's a routine, but in the past. Something that we would do. This structure, guys, is super, super effective for intermediate speaking, even advanced speaking. Because when we think in Spanish, we don't use these type of expressions that don't exist in Spanish.
Teacher.
Rafa.
Can you repeat the example, please?
Sure, of course. When I was younger, my grandmother would tell us stories about the war.
Okay, would replace the verb in past.
No, it goes together. Would tell us.
Yeah, but the verb is not in past, it's in present.
Oh, okay, that's structure number 7. Structure number 7 says that when you have a modal verb, you need a verb in simple form.
Okay, yeah.
You know, probably you mean that it replaces the time of the verb or the transformation of the verb?
Yeah.
No? You meant that, no? Because
Yeah,
watch out. Sorry.
The word would makes the verb turns into a simple verb.
Or processes like this. The word
Because
would
another
gives the intention of past.
Yeah.
So you don't need the
Because
second past.
another way to say the same phrase is my grandmother told us
Exactly.
something, no?
Precisely. So what is the difference? What is the difference if I say people would send to each other versus people sent to each other? Let's discuss the difference between these two pasts. If I say this, I remember people would send. And I remember people would. If we think in real English, there is a massive difference in context. The context for the first one is I'm talking about a memory. This person is talking about a memory. And in the context of the second one, the person is speaking about a particular moment or event in the past. Or a finished action. Let's call it like this. Or an action that was done only once. I think the biggest difference between the two is this one. Because in the second expression, the person didn't repeat sending. You know? On the second example, people only sent once. But in the first example, people sent this many times. Do you understand?
Yes, teacher.
It happened many times. And this one, it happened only once. That's the note I want you to take. Simple past versus memories.
Okay. It's like, for example, I remember people stay at home on Sunday night.
I remember people. Can you repeat?
I remember people stay at home on Sunday night.
Stay is present. Stayed.
Yeah. Sorry. Stayed at home on Sunday night.
Okay.
I'm talking about on a specific Sunday night.
Exactly.
And for example, I remember people stay at home on the pandemic.
You're missing wood.
Yeah, sorry. I remember people will stay at home on the pandemic.
Exactly. That's a routine.
Yeah, okay.
You see,
Cool.
a routine that was frequent in the past.
Okay.
Only because you included wood.
Okay, I take screenshots.
Yes, please. Very, very good. So watch out. In the case of Alex, you mentioned the modal verbs, but you mentioned it for the different reasons. Because you were saying, okay, modal verbs are for intentions. Yes, but also present is for intentions, past is for intentions. It depends. All the formulary are for intentions. The question is, which one? Which one are we speaking about? Did you understand the two intentions in this case?
Yes, the first is more like hypothetic things or not.
This one?
Yes,
Hypothetic. No.
it's
It
a fact.
happened. It's a fact, huh? It really, really, really happened.
Okay, that's
But
that's my reason to say that modal verbs is for intentions, because I think that she tried to say the mm, the that joke became a possibility to send to each other. I don't know, but I think that I understand the rule.
yes, what do you understand then?
Is the first one is for memories, no? In the past, so just no,
Something
and
that happened constantly or repeatedly in the past.
yes, okay, and the second is just for mention one fact, no? I remember people said to each other.
Right. But why fact? Because
Um,
facts, that will be a vocabulary issue because facts are usually expressed in present. So this is not a fact. This is more like, for example, a fact is the sun comes up at 7 o'clock.
okay,
You see, that's a fact, and that's the reason we say it in present.
okay.
This
Alex,
is
as I understood, the first have not a period of time. Has not a begin and ends.
right.
And the second one has a period of time.
Totally.
It begins and ends just in this example. Don't mention doesn't mention when. But
Yes. Very, very good. And that's precisely the case about the second one. This is simple past, and it always needs the when. Because if I tell you, I remember people sent to each other. Sent? Sent when?
Okay,
You see what I mean?
okay,
And that's precisely the reason why we needed to identify the mistake. Because it became kind of a joke that people sent.
Yes.
It
Okay.
makes me understand like when.
It's clear now.
Now it's
Thank
clear.
you. Thank
That's the
you,
difference.
Rafa. Thank you, teacher.
Yes, of course. Right? Take a note on these two intentions. Of course, modal verbs are intentions, yes, but also past, also present, all the formulas are intentions. That's why they are like together. Okay? Let's go to the next question. So Silvana is already home. She's gonna
Yes,
help us.
she's excited to participate.
She's excited to participate. That's great. So this is question number 2. Question number 2 says, why does just consider the stereotype Do you remember any of this?
Not really.
Excellent. Challenge number 1. Let's practice.
It's like, oh, this
English. It's are sad in Japan. With the locals seem hopeless. Character asks,
Why do they switch the R's and the L's here?
For yucks.
this movie might be a bit rude, but it's not a terrible question to ask. Because if you're genuinely curious, a foreign accent gives us a chance to learn something about another language. Communication with the locals seem hopeless.
Leave my stuff.
Might be more familiar with a different joke.
Supplies!
That's the notion that East Asians mix up their R's and L's in English.
Hello, please.
It's a running gag in Lost in Translation, an Oscar-winning film about 2 Americans who are sad in Japan.
Lat Pack, you know Lat Pack? Rat Pack? Rat Pack.
The movie makes communication with the locals seem hopeless.
Leave my stocking.
Hey, lick them.
And at one point, Scarlett Johansson's character asks,
Why do they switch the R's and the L's here?
For yucks.
this movie might be a bit rude, but it's not a terrible question to ask. Because if you're genuinely curious, a foreign accent gives us a chance to learn something about another language. So this trope has been applied to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers. But all of these languages deal with R's and L's in different ways. First, though, we need to talk about the R sound in English.
The answer is this last part. There was too much information, but the answer is in the last part.
I focused only on the first part because I thought it was.
Because I repeated it, right? Yeah, me too. I was listening to that, but when I heard that, it was like, no, that the information that I need is later, and this one. This was the one. Do you want to listen again?
Yes, please.
Yes, you don't have any information here?
No, not literally. I just hear something about the L and R, but I don't have a literal answer.
Okay, let's see.
The first part, I think that yes, but the second, no.
Focus on the second one. The second one is the important one, after the intro.
It's in different ways. So this trope has been applied to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers. But all of these languages deal with R's and L's in different ways.
Sorry. You don't remember the first part, but something like this, I don't know what, deal with earth and L's in different ways.
Okay. Can you tell me again what's the name of this letter?
R.
Ah, eliminate air.
No, you
Aha.
you didn't hear that.
My internet connection, no?
Yeah.
Of course, of course. Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
You are thinking in Spanish. What happened?
Probably, yes, probably. It's my it's total play. Let's play in total play. So repeat the information you have.
I think that in the first part they say something like Japanese, Korean, and Cantonese.
Japanese, Korean, and Cantonese.
I got lost there, and the next part I hear was something like deal with R and else.
Deal with R and else.
And that's all.
And that's all. Second repetition.
Yep.
So this trope has been applied to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers. But all of these languages deal with R's and L's in different ways.
Okay. I have a mistake. It's Chinese.
Okay. So
No
good idea.
Cantonese. Okay.
Not Cantonese.
Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers.
Okay.
I didn't go the first part because there's something else before Japanese.
Totally.
Well, Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers. Then there is a little video. And after that, it says deal with R and L in different ways.
R and L. So
Else.
we raise. Okay. Else.
In different ways.
In different ways. So the second part is already done. But
no, there's something else. No, but no. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were a little bit lost.
No, after Chinese speakers, I hear both all of these languages.
Much better.
I'm sorry, it's because I have
Yes, you have random notes, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
like
I
my
imagine.
mind.
Well, good job. That's exactly the way.
Japanese,
Languages like that. That's
Korean,
good.
and Chinese speakers. Okay, can you replay it?
All
It's
right,
my last
final
chance.
chance. Yes,
Is
of
it my
course.
last chance?
Is it?
Okay.
So this trope has been applied to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers. But all of these languages deal with R's and L's in different ways.
Okay, is R's and L's
Excellent.
different way? I don't know if I hear it correctly, but I think that is so. This drops.
So this drops like this.
I think that yes, but I don't know that word, so I don't know if it is correct. But I think that the next part is have applied or have
Applied.
no No, has been applied. Is it applied?
Okay, has been applied.
And that's all.
And that's all. Okay, you're so close. Let me correct on one part. Drops. The phonetic sounds like this, but not all the phonetics in the word. So that's gonna be considered a mistake. Okay, because number one, phonetics don't match, and number two, drops doesn't match the sentence.
Okay.
These drops like doesn't match. And second one, how do you translate into English? Creo que sí.
I think so.
I think so. Eliminate. I think that. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Never
I was
never
searching
use.
for that in the sentence.
No. It's not here. It's on you in this case. Yes. Every time you want to say creo que sí, I think so.
Okay.
Never. I think that. Yes. That's Spanglish. Good job. All right. So let's go to the next one. Who's gonna help me with this one? What about Luis del Rio? Do you want to check it out, or is it too difficult?
No way, teacher.
No way, not at all. But seriously, no, or
No, seriously, no. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yes, because this is an intense activity, and of course,
Yes.
your partners have been doing this activity with me already for 2 months, so for them it's a little bit like normal. Okay,
Yeah,
so we need to get it.
it's too much for me.
It's too much for you.
You need
Yes,
to surprise the Moscow.
It was not in this moment.
Not right now. I mean, that's normal. That's normal. Don't worry. You always doubt yourself. But let's see. Let's see later. I make a little exam with you. Okay?
Yes.
So then let's go to Rafa. But give me 1 second because Jesse is in the chat. Hello, Jesse.
Hi, thank you. Good
Hi.
day, everyone. So I will take attendance, please.
Yes, please.
Is here Mike?
Mike, no, absent.
All right. Rafael?
Here, Jesse. Good night.
Hi, Rafael. Good night. Thank you. Silvana?
I'm here, Jesse.
Hi, Silvana. Thank you.
Hi,
Isaac?
Jesse.
Here.
Hi, Isaac. Thank you.
Thanks.
Alex?
Hi, Jesse.
Hi, Alex. Thank you. Good night. And Luis?
Luis.
Yes, hello. I'm here.
Yes, Luis del Rio.
Hi, Luis. Thank you. Good night.
Hello. Good night.
So, that's all. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice night and happy day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
For you too, Jesse.
Thank you, Silvana. Thank you, everyone.
You are my Valentine, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
A long day.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Lonely.
Thank you for being here.
So it's a support group, brother. Support group forever. All right. So let's listen.
She makes me remember a word that I learned here. I feel so insulated.
Vocabulary. That's a very sad way to learn, but hey, it's new vocabulary, you know? So, yes.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's the positive point of view.
Exactly. Looking at the bright side. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's listen. 1, 2, 3, action.
So this trope has been applied to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers.
That's it.
I I understood. Back to the. So this drop.
Similar to Silvana. This drop.
No. Okay.
Because she understood drop too, but
Okay.
doesn't match.
Check the vocabulary.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
I didn't do that.
That was necessary. That's the reason you have a list. Check it out. Check it out.
A trope.
Yes, sir. Let's go. What's a trope? A trope,
This is
according to the definition,
a
is a
word
word.
or phrase that is used in a way that is different from its usual meaning in order to create a particular mental image of effect.
So let's say that a stereotype is a trope because it's a metaphors and stereotypes. It's like something that you need to imagine in order to mentalize another thing, like as a reference.
Okay.
That's a trope.
Okay. This is teamwork, okay?
Definitely. Let's listen again.
We will fix this phrase. This
yes,
part
of course.
text. Okay.
We'll have extra points on the exam.
For checking the vocabulary. Yes, okay.
So this drop
Yeah. Do you want to complete it or do you want to listen?
Well, yeah, I want to listen.
Okay. Let's listen.
Okay.
So this trope has been applied to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers.
So this trope has been applied to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers.
Yes, sir. Let's go. So this trope has been applied. What connector did you use?
Two.
Japanese,
Korean, and Chinese speakers.
Comma.
Yeah.
But all of these languages deal with R's and L's in different ways.
But it's complete.
It's definitely complete.
This is teamwork.
Exactly. That's exactly the point of the class, man. Teamwork always helps than individual.
We need to work like this in the exam, okay?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And now with the new artificial intelligence search, I can make random exams for every student.
Okay.
Let's go. The future is now. You cannot copy. Perfect.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, make an exam for Isaac, make an exam for Silvana, make an exam for Rafa, and everybody has a different exam. Oof.
Yeah.
God bless technology.
At least we could use ChatGPT to answer the exam.
That's a negative part, yes. That's a negative part for the teachers. Very good, guys. Well, this is it. So as you can see, technically this question is the basis of the video. This is the thesis, right? Both Japanese, Korean, Chinese, and also Cantonese, because they mentioned Cantonese too in the video, deal with R's and L's in different ways. So precisely the next questions are, How is the R pronounced in English? How, or what difference? What is the difference between R's and L's in English? How do Japanese, no, first, for the first one was Chinese, I think. Number 4, how is the R sound made? Number 5. Oh yeah. How do Japanese people mix up R's and L's? By clue, this is when Mariko appears. Answer number 5. How do Korean people deal with R's and L's? And finally, how do Chinese people deal with R's and L's? That's gonna be your homework. You can answer only one. With one, I am pleased, because all of them will be a little bit difficult, but of course, don't use captions and just make yourself use the vocabulary and understanding. Is there any question? Very cool. So keep on practicing, my people. Tomorrow we continue speaking about the next topic, and have a very nice night. All right. Let's have just 10 minutes with Luis so I can pass to the next class. The
Okay,
rest
teacher.
you can go.
Okay. Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Goodbye, guys.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
Thank
Good
you,
job,
guys. Nice to
everybody.
meet you.
Very, very good job.